Valorant might have a new best player in the world. And it's something from PRX. Because you see, something, I mean, even at the start of this year would have actually been seen probably as one of PRX's worst players. But now he is absolutely frying. And he's doing it playing almost solely Yoru. And again, his Yoru earlier on in this year was seen as kind of not so great, and yet now he is absolutely destroying on it. So today I'm going to show you how something is abusing Valorant's best agent better than anyone else's right now, and so therefore has become Valorant's best player. Now obviously I could show you a bunch of clips of something, you know, having insane aim and all of that kind of stuff. You probably already know that that is the case, and in these clips that will also be shown of course as well, but I do want to break down in particular what he is doing on Yoru and why it is so impressive. Let's start off with this round against RQ on Bind, where he's got his Yoru ult, and of course this one isn't as much to do with something as it is the team and Alex and the plans the PRX have come up with for this round. This is a really nice ult from them.
A little more Shinpai Muyo today.
Yeah. RQ back into a buy. Nightfall as well as a Dimensional Drift going to be available. It's Pharaoh one away from having a pit online. Some delay tactics, but this is drawing a ton of attention. I mean, look at these rotations. Monieta's now turning back over towards that A site where the strike gets ready to come through, and Ching once again just bounding forward.
Okay, so the value that they get from this Yoru ult is very evident by just looking at the map. You might not really have seen it there, but you can see that something has already placed a TP over towards A short. The rest of the team is kind of just going quiet. They put a smoke down here from the brim down towards B long, and then we're going to Yoru ult through hookah as we see here, right? So we're really, you know, creating pressure. Just from this one smoke and a Yoru ult coming this way, it feels like, very much feels like this could be 4 players coming down long and the Yoru ult checking the other lane, right, to see what's in there. And you just see here how much pressure this causes. It actually causes Jemkin here from RQ to TP across. So now we've got 3 players over here. And very importantly, you know, now the rest, the timing is good here from the rest of the players, right? He also comes out of the ult. And this is important as well, right? To make this sound cue, then he TPs back across. But you're going to see these guys are still thinking he's somewhere here. They actually use a Fade Horn in towards elbow. And now we accelerate instead over towards A. And we put Jing in this very interesting position with a judge. And this is just like classic PRX. But I also do want to know what something does as well, right? So he's now TP'd back, obviously after coming out of his ult. The rest of his team has now accelerated up, but he again is going to be aware of his role in this round, which is a big theme of what is going to come in this video. And so now he's actually going to be the one coming out towards elbow. And again, this one isn't necessarily something, but it's a nice Yoru ult, right? It's a good Yoru ult that has got them the site and is going to end up winning them this round.
Plant him right here in lamps. You just sit by, hold this corner with that judge, or even pull out that showstopper should he need it. But for now, I think he's sitting pretty.
This is fantastic. I mean, being able to hang on to that showstopper just in case. There goes that Nightfall though, right through the pit.
Mask goes on. Crazy Guy goes down. Patman going to be on the trade there. It's Jemkin just trying to spot out these players, but I don't think he actually identified the position of Divide. He didn't. He didn't check the corner. So as he goes swooping through.
So we see that something push all the way through Shower, managed to get a kill, then gets traded, and PRX end up winning the round. So he understood his role pretty well there. But now let's skip ahead to 2 rounds in the future, round number 9. And this one actually doesn't go so great for PRX. They find themselves in a bit of an awkward spot.
They're just coming at you every single round. And you've got to find a way to stop it. And sometimes, you know, you can try to avoid it, but you have to avoid it properly.
Divine now with the operator, the push more to Jemkin. Just gonna be taken down. Jing is able to find him. He's up and over the top. Showstopper in hand, but Xpero's swooping out. He's able to massacre 3 of them. The full blind will be as I'm doing.
Okay, so we'll pause it right there. The situation is this. It's now a 2v2, and obviously they need to go and get the spike planted. But I just want you to watch that something. He's just picked up the spike, and he is already sending his TP this way. And this is something that I want you to watch for the rest of this round. Is just, even though PRX lose the round, the fact that something is already coming up with a plan, or he knows what he wants to do before he's actually planted the spike, he's going to end up in a good spot. It just doesn't quite end up working out.
2v2.
My God.
Not yet there. Pushing through lamps, wrapping around towards the front side, joining in potentially here with Cushy. It's on the approach from short. Yeah, something's looking to play around the world. And this could completely catch them off guard. Seems like they're not reading this for the moment at all.
Patman just needs to play safe.
Sees Sent, just trying to distract him, but Cushy just then.
So yeah, ultimately that doesn't end up working. It's good awareness by Kushi that could be happening to him, but I do think that this is a good showcase of something on this Yoru understanding what he needs to do, right? So he gets that kill, and again, instantly he comes up with this plan. He knows what he's going to do. He needs to plant the spike, but look, instantly, before he's even planted the spike, he knows he wants to TP, right? And this is the kind of, like, high-level awareness, thinking, thought of what I'm going to do before I've even, you know, kind of done everything I need to. So I haven't even planted the spike yet, but I already know what my next step is, right? And that is the kind of thing that matters in these scenarios, right? Because he knows he wants to then go for this wraparound. Well, if you don't do that, you know, straight away, if you don't have that plan in your head, well, then you're going to miss the timing of this. Right, you're going to be too slow. Now, as it turned out, you know, it's good awareness by Kushi. You might say he's even still too slow, right? So it just wasn't quite there, and it is good awareness by Kushi. But you see just, like, the thought process from something, right? This is the kind of, like, quick-level thought that on an agent like Yoru, you know, that you do have a lot of options on an agent like Yoru. There is a lot of stuff that you can potentially do in those kind of scenarios. But we don't see every pro player doing that. We don't see every pro player on Yoru being able to come up with those kind of plans, like, instantly to potentially give you the best chance you can. Let's now skip ahead to the next map that they played in this grand final, which was Ascent. And again, something, I mean, he's starting 9-1 here on the Yoru again. And in this round, we're going to see him on the defense side push up. And this is, I think, something that he has a great feel for right now, which is when the danger is there. And towards the end of the video, we're going to show some great examples of this. But this, again, just gives you an appreciation of, like, you know, having a great feel for when it is a problem, when he needs to get out, when he can stay.
From the veteran.
He just continues to swing. I mean, it's just great moment-to-moment decision-making there from the side of the Divine. That shock dart had just flown. This is okay. I'm going to swing. He might not have his weapon back out yet.
Look at this. They tried to bait for something here. They had two players behind that didn't get noticed by the drone. RRQ doesn't bite, though.
Into the wall. This gets him forward here to the mid stairs. But the swing is getting ready to come in from top mid, but he still gets a spot on the one. There's the headshot.
So that in and of itself, you know, might not seem like too impressive. You've probably seen that before. But what I find impressive about this is, you know, that they get droned at the start of the round, right? And normally when you get droned here and, like, you know, something actively comes out and, like, shoots this, like, as quickly as he can. And I'm fairly sure this drone, you know, should see perhaps, you know, Forsaken here as well on the Omen behind him, right? You would now expect, like, a lot of Yorus, they would, you know, just TP, get out, we've been seen, it didn't work, whatever, right? But again, they have the feeling here that, hold on a minute, you didn't do anything for the next couple seconds. So you're probably actually not there. And then the wall gets tripped in B main, right? So the wall gets tripped here. And this is, again, what something I think is so good at right now, is understanding what everything else that's going on as well. You watch his games, he has such a good high-level understanding of, like, okay, you've tripped the wall in B main. That probably means this guy isn't alone. So you initially see him here, right? If we just watch it, he initially comes to this angle, which is, like, you know, fairly aggressive, but not super aggressive. Then the wall gets stripped and he goes, oh, okay, probably multiple people in B main. So let me keep going, right? Let me keep walking up. And he finds a kill. And then he realizes, oh, I'm in trouble, so now I'll get out, right? And Pac-Man is able to escape from this eventually as well. So if you think about that round, like, I know it doesn't, like, seem that impressive, right? But again, I do feel like a lot of other players, a lot of other teams, you know, this drone would have come out here at the start of the round, and we would just TP it, we'd destroy it, we'd TP away, and that would be it, right? And our mid aggro would be gone, and we'd just play a normal round. But they don't, right? But here, something on PRX, they don't do that, and they find more opportunities later in the round by, like, having a bit of confidence and patience, you know, and kind of feeling out their opponent again, and then waiting and continuing to explore and ultimately finding this kill. So again, it's like the little details here that you can see that PRX and something, they've just got it down to a T. Now let's skip ahead to the next map, which is Lotus. And we're going to take a look at round 7 here, which again, just shows you that something in terms of his timing now and when he needs to do things, he's exceptional at right now.
The kit here, but so far damage widely going to be avoided. Little exit from back of the box as Forsaken continues to spam.
Who's next?
They're going to win for the long reload as now the mask goes on, and Jemkin goes storming forward, but something about the timing through that smoke. Immediately dispatches Moniette, and Crazy Guy's going to suffer the same exact fate. Gets himself the third.
And again, for you longtime PRX fans, I feel like if this was even, you know, a year ago or earlier in the year when they weren't playing so well, this round would look different. Right, it would look different. One, again, you know, he manages to get out here after getting revealed. But again, just look, he does wait a little bit, right? He's just waiting to see, like, oh, maybe you'll pop a raise on me and then I'll TP away, right? Little things like that. But then now his timing is so good, right? Because you're going to get the Yoru ult pop here from RRQ. So in goes the Yoru ult. This is really good as well by Forsaken here, right? That as he's getting Yoru ulted, he still has the ability to go and put a smoke down here, right? But again, if you have something in this scenario, right? Like they're going to Yoru ult now, and he's facing this smoke. Are you telling me that if this is like last year sometime, that he isn't just like, I'm just going to flash and swing through? Like instantly, you know what I mean? Like you've seen this happen for PRX a million times probably, right? Like, oh, I'm just gonna flash and swing through, but he doesn't, right? He doesn't. He instead waits for this smoke, right? So he's gonna wait for this smoke so that now when he swings through it, well, now there's only one guy that can see him. So now I get a kill, and then he repositions and puts himself here, right? He knows that the Yoru ult hasn't seen him, so he puts himself in a great position, ends up getting 3 kills, and this is what's going so right for something right now, right? Instead of just like, oh, I'm going to do something aggressive and probably go like 1 for 1. Instead, he's making the right choices where he's going 3 for 1 and that he wins the round completely on his own. Right? That is the difference of what he's doing right now. That all the decisions feel good. And that's getting us to this spot. And obviously his aim is incredible and all of that stuff as well, as it always has been. And that is why he's playing so well right now. Well, there are 2 clips that I have to show you that I think really show why something is the best Yoru in the world right now. And is abusing this agent way better than everyone else right now. And it is winning PRX rounds and games on his own on this agent. Okay? Because no one else, I don't think, is playing the agent like in these 2 rounds.
Everything in the kitchen sink, even the res.
Something sprints his way into wine. Stealth drone will go ahead and flush him out. Up brings out. It's going to be a quick reposition, but it's exactly where he needs to be. Doesn't fall for the fake. Continues to swing. Continues to destroy.
Time to jump. Has to set up the TP. Going to be ready for this aggressive angle. Just depends on the recon dart.
Oh, that's cushy. Dead again.
Down A.
Rough going so far. Looks like it's not going to stop.
These 2 rounds that I've just shown you, I think is the difference right now. And to me, this is reminiscent of like Ye on Chamber, and why Ye was so much better at Chamber than like other people playing Chamber. Not that there weren't other good Chambers, there were many good Chambers, but none of them were as good as Ye. And no one is as good at something on Yoru right now because of this. It's the exact same thing as what Ye was so good on Chamber, which is defense side, particularly opping here, right? Knowing when to get out and get back in. This is insane if you think about it, right? Like the fact that he is coming onto this angle, right? So he's not on this angle already. He's coming onto this angle, sees that, right? His brain is able to go, that's probably a fake. After seeing that, you know, straight away, he doesn't kill it. He doesn't even flick to it. That's how confident he is that that's a fake. Insane. Avoids the flash, gets the kill. Then this is the part that's so impressive, right? He doesn't TP away. He doesn't TP away. He trusts his movement to be able to get out of that spot and get a second kill. And yeah, sure, had he done the first thing, it would be mad impressive, right? If he just did this part and TP'd away, that's insane. Well, crazy, right? Crazy value, good job. You know, we're in a good spot for the round. But because instead he does this, then TP's away, don't worry, guys. We're now definitely going to win the round. Right? Yeah, they're in a good spot if he just gets that first kill. The first spot is insane in and of itself. But the fact he's able to stick around and say, I can get a second here. I trust myself to get a second here. Use my movement, avoid all that, get a kill. Unbelievably good, right? And it is the exact same thing that Ye was so good on Chamber as well, right? Of like just having the perfect feel of like, I can actually stick around here. And then still knowing, though, like, not sticking around for too much, right? Not then going, I'm a god, I'm going to kill everyone, and then die, and then maybe end up in a bad spot. No, going, I can just get one more here and then go. It's just such a good understanding. And the same is true for that Haven round as well. I mean, this one's crazy. There is no way that anyone else is doing this, right? It's insane. So he's pushed up on A long here, right? And he's in this spot. And this is a spot that, you know, a lot of Yorus will find themselves in, I'm sure, on Haven. Up, down here, right? Towards A. Yeah, okay, I'm going to get the first kill. I'm good enough to get that first kill. Boom. Almost everyone is TPing out of this spot, right? Like, almost everyone. You're playing against a Neon as well, right? A Dart has come in here, but not something. He's smart enough to know, I can avoid this Dart if I just go back here. I'll just avoid the Dart. And the thing is as well, right? Imagine if they don't come this way. Imagine RRQ decide, like, Oh, actually, there's an op there. Let's not, let's not go towards something on an op because he's insane. Let's actually, go somewhere else. Well, imagine if there wasn't and he just sticks on this angle and he's giving the rest of his team a ton of information, right? So even if they don't come this way, it's super valuable for PRX because these guys know that they can just stay on B and C. They don't need to go anywhere else, right? Whereas if he TPs away, right, RRQ still have a chance. Now they are threatening to come to A, right? Yeah, it's a 4v5. RRQ went in a great spot. But the round is not over. There is still a round to be played here that RRQ can win. But when something does this instead, again, even if they don't come here, recognizing that that dart has missed and there's a position he can be in, and look, Monyet's not expecting him to still be there. Because no one else would be. No one else would have the thought to do that. And now he knows, well, Monyet's come here, so that means more people are coming, so now I'll TP away. And now the round is pretty much over. Right now it's a 3v5. You're in a terrible spot if you're RRQ. And that is the difference. That right there is what something is doing that no one else is doing. He has such a good feel of when to stay and when to go. It's absolutely insane. And then on top of that, add in all the, he's insane aim-wise as well, right? And PRX are an insane team in general, right? Like, add all that in, and something is just playing unbelievably well right now.